Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today to honor the life and legacy of my former Congressman, Sherwood Boehlert, affectionately known by everyone as Sherry. Sherry was a devout public servant who passed away last week at the age of 84. After serving in the United States Army, his love for his community and state led him to begin his career in public service. He was elected as the Oneida County Executive in 1979. He was then elected to represent our community in the House of Representatives in 1983 and served for 24 years until 2006. Throughout his time in Congress, Sherry was committed to representing our region to the best of his ability. He returned home whenever he could. In 2001, he was elected chair of the House Committee on Science, a coveted position that built on his love of nature and our environment. He actually led the charge to tackle the issue of acid rain and had tremendous success. He's remembered by his colleagues as a remarkable individual and never lost sight of the reason he was elected to fight for all of us in upstate New York. Sherry was born in 1936. He spent his childhood in my hometown of New Hartford, New York. Prior to elected office, Sherry Boehlert graduated from Utica College, a local favorite. He went on to serve as Chief of Staff to former Congressman Alexander Tenney, and then also served under former Congressman Donald Mitchell before he actually served as county executive and later as congressman. He married his lovely wife, Mary Ann, and was immensely proud as a father to his 4 children. I just wanted to share a few reflections on Sherry. I obviously had the honor of working with him while I was a staffer for the Assembly. I do live in our former congressman's home, Alexander Tenney, and while Sherry was his chief of staff, he often commented to me about what I've done with the House, and where I was, what I've done with it, how much time he spent there, and how he knew every corner of it working with our former congressman. I also have a funny story about our family business. Our newspaper, the Mid-York Weekly, and also the Penny Saver were located in the district. And I had the occasion to invite Congressman Boehlert to visit us and to see our operations. And it was quite a fun day. We got to the back, and in a newspaper business, as many know, we have an inserting operation where we put our flyers in the back of the newspaper, and tended to be filled with a lot of retired farmers and a lot of people from our community, particularly a lot of very energetic senior citizens. And Sherry got back there and was really excited to meet them all. And one of them put him to the challenge to see if he could actually do the job. And so Sherry, without hesitation, took off his business coat, rolled up his sleeves, sat down, and started inserting newspapers in our business. And they loved him for that. It was really a fun moment, and I think he had a really great time with our seniors and with a lot of our staff. And we are always grateful for him to coming to our newspaper, and also for his annual support of a publication, a special publication we put out each February, honoring our presidents, our vice presidents, our first ladies, and of course our first dogs. And Sherry was always so supportive of us for that. And we just are so glad that we were able to honor him this week with so many great reflections and so many people reaching out to me in Congress. And over the last week, it was really heartwarming to get those messages from members of Congress, and I might add on both sides of the aisle. And I've seen many tributes, even on the Senate side. He'll always be fondly remembered by all of our colleagues and our Republicans and Democrats. Earlier this week, I had the distinct honor of participating in his funeral service alongside previous elected officials from our region, also other Congress members. It was a solemn occasion honoring his life, but also a joyous one to celebrate all that he achieved for our community. Today, my thoughts and my prayers are with Sherry's family, especially his wife, Mary Ann, who is also a devoted public servant. I ask that you please join me now in remembering Sherry with a moment of silence in this great chamber where he served so many years. Thank you all. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield back my time.